Okay, welcome everybody back to my Homestuck Let's Read. My name is Brodemus. I didn't give me the option to change anything. That's fucking weird. Let me change this real quick. Hello, Tressa. Yeah, I had to go pick my wife up from work, and fucking traffic for some reason is awful. What am I doing? Reading aloud. Done. Alright. And Streamlabs didn't give me the option to be like, hey, you want to tell everyone you're going live? Which I am. How you doing, Tressa? Let's see, reach it with comment. Nah, that's alright. We're live with more hashtag Homestuck. Come watch. I guess I'll do YouTube. Spring break just started. That's pretty rad. Oh, the Grump started playing Clan Ad. Good. Oh, good. Okay. All right, I'm done looking at that. All right, I'm here. I'm ready to start reading. We're a few minutes late, but then again, sorry about that. But anyway, let's get on with it. And Dave just found Bro dead, or he's dealing with Bro being dead. So there you go. Let's off on a good thing. I'm pretty sure I didn't even have an exile. Never heard any voices or anything. Anyway, you don't need a voice in your head to tell you this shit is just like so completely illegal. Wait. Why'd you say that stupid thing I said? This atrocity cannot go unpunished. Throw whoever is responsible into the slammer. Slammer means jail, by the way.
Dave, I did not realize you had such a passion for law enforcement. I must say this shocking development is coming dangerously close to giving me a case of the vapors.
No, I mean, okay, that came out wrong. What were we talking about again?
Bringing Jack to justice?
Right. Someone has to make him pay. Can't let him just go unpunished. If I can figure out how to reach the god tier, maybe I can be the one to throw him into the slammer.
The slammer?
Slammer means jail.
I know what the slammer means.
You call it the slammer when you're extra angry at crimes. You call the slammer when you're extra angry at crimes. Take note of that important principle, because I am deputizing you even though you are a kid. Are you taking notes on this important principle? Jesus, get a fucking pen. Or some chalk or whatever.
I think I'm following. You are going to find Jack and put him in jail?
Wait, fuck, what? No.
Dave, I know you are likely discombobulated with grief over your fallen man bro loses, but that is extremely silly and doesn't make any sense.
I know it doesn't. I'm just saying... What am I even saying here?
Shit.
But only while I am away from my jurisdiction. Which I think is forever. Bring the criminals to justice, young deputy. Each mutinous agent must pay for their crimes.
I'm still not sure. You're talking about throwing Jack in the slammer and rambling about justice and telling me to get pens and such. Not that I am complaining.
Okay, forget the slammer stuff. That was just stupid. It is about justice, though. And since no one else seems to give a shit about that, it apparently falls in my jurisdiction now. Not just going after Jack, but all the mutinous agents responsible for crimes.
Agents?
Holy shit, why do I care about that suddenly? Anyway, that's more shit that popped into my head just now. So, okay. I have other duties to attend to. Oh, boy.
Well, Nora's cronies are exploitable. Are you saying you have a plan that involves targeting them?
Not really, no. Anyway, it's not like being mad about this and hankering for justice is even the only irrational thing I'm currently hot and bothered about. I have other duties to attend to.
Like what?
I must explode this ridiculously illegal edifice. Farewell. I've got to explode this ridiculously illegal edifice. Oh my god, what are these words I'm saying?
You have to explode something?
Never mind.
Are you referring to your plan to blow up the green sun?
Oh. Yeah, that's gotta be what I'm talking about. Probably. I need to shut up now. I'm sounding like an idiot and my head is starting to hurt. What do we talk about your thing now? What justice thing do you have to do?
You mean it's actually my turn to talk?
Yes.
But I was beginning to forget my problem listening to your highly enjoyable befuddlement.
Just please tell me your justice problem and make me stop saying stuff. Farewell.
Farewell? Wait!
No, I mean, god damn it, I'm not leading. Farewell is not even a thing I would ever say. Jesus, what am I, a Victorian poet? Can you show me a little respect and assume that anytime I say something stupid, it just means I'm temporarily being inexplicably stupid? That's what a real friend would do.
Okay, Dave. I will show some sensitivity and cast suspicion on the intellectual merit of everything you have ever said.
Thank you.
I will further demonstrate my friendship by dominating
This, fucking hell.
the rest of this conversation with lengthy accounts of my emotional tribulations, leaving no space for you to submit any amusing outbursts.
That sounds awesome.
Quiet! Now, where was I?
Justice problems.
Oh, yes, of course. You see, our aims are not that dissimilar.
At this point, you may as well be bleeding. I could go, yeah, you're not wrong.
Our pursuits of justice, I mean. But yours is motivated by anger in the heat of the moment. In the heat of the moment, which is blinding you to the consequences of attempting something very foolish. You are far too cool to succumb to anything like that, which is why you would come to your senses shortly. My situation is a little more complicated. It's less personal. Though once it was a grudge which propelled our rivalry, now its resolution has become a matter of practicality, if not professionalism, businesslike. The way a true legislacerator conducts her prosecutions. Dave, did you know that centuries ago on my planet, legislaturators were not confined to stuffy court blocks arguing cases before his honorable tyranny?
Oh shit, are you fucking serious?
Yes! Also, shush! I know you are sassing me due to my use of terms unfamiliar to humans, but it is true. They were deployed throughout the galaxy to apprehend criminals by any means necessary.
No, I got that they're like your alien death lawyers who were sort of like bounty hunters in olden times, pretty simple to decipher through context.
I thought I told you to be quiet. I'm monologuing here. Anyway, they would not rest until their suspect was in custody, one way or another. They would gather evidence over the course of the investigation, compiling a case to be presented at the trial, should one be held before the final submission of the guilty corpse to judicial authorities. Personal feelings and vendettas did not matter, nor did even the nature of the crime. Only justice did. They were selected for their cunning and martial prowess, and for their ability to understand the mind of the criminals they sought. This is why the burden has to be mine, I think. I am the only one who knows how to handle her. As such, she is my responsibility.
She?
Shush!
Okay, I can't even make little interrogative quips to grease the wheels of your monologue?
Oh, yes, that's okay. In fact, it's very helpful. What do you think?
Oh, that's a password. Ignoring. Spider troll?
You're correct. The spideriest one of all.
You've decided to take her down, then?
I guess so.
You don't sound that psyched about it.
Well, I'm here talking to you about it instead of actually doing it, aren't I?
Are you feeling guilty? Like, second-guessing whether she deserves it?
Not exactly.
Hasn't she done enough terrible shit to warrant legislation?
That is not a thing. But yes, the case against her is overwhelming. More than you even know. She's completely out of control now. She has murdered at least one of my good friends, and possibly several others. I'm not sure yet. The consequences are a little fishy, but my investigation is ongoing. Additionally, I have discovered she is complicit in Jack's rise to power. When I first learned he came from your session, I mistakenly blamed you all and took it out on a hapless Egbert. But if anyone is to pay for releasing that demon on both of our groups, it is her.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that?
Yes, and she knows I know. She's been taunting me, trying to stir up our old rivalry. That is what this whole John versus Dave thing has been about.
There's no John versus Dave thing, though.
I know. Not really. It's just a game. But the game is serious business to her, like it was during our role-playing days. And just like then, she ruined everything by taking it too far. And in spite of all her past crimes, these are not even the most important reasons to stop her. She decided to fight Jack herself, which is an extremely dangerous and stupid thing to do. Sound familiar, Dave?
Are you going to stop me too, then? Hunt me down and lawyer eviscerate me for my own good?
No. I'll just let you try and reach the god tier and then decide for yourself.
Are you saying that I won't make god tier or I won't be strong enough if I do?
Objection!
What?
We're talking about you again. I motion that all Dave-centric testimony be stricken from the record.
Lame motion overruled. The judge wants to see where this is going.
No, he doesn't. You know perfectly well he doesn't give a shit. He will clear this court block if he does not have order. He swears to Jesus.
Okay, fine. We can keep obsessing over your fucked up kiss me sister if you want.
It's not like that.
Do you think she stands a chance against him?
No.
Then what's the big deal? Why not let her go get her shit ruined by Jack and let justice happen that way?
Because I'm not quite sure that if she goes to find him, it will tip him off to our location in the Vale. I've seen it already. That is why this is no simple vendetta. Bringing her to justice is critical to our survival.
So why don't you go do it?
Because I'm not sure if I can.
You mean you can't beat her in a fight?
No, it's not that. It's just that when the time comes, I'm not sure if I'll be able to kill her.
I thought trolls were all about gratuitous murderings.
Yes, it's true. We are supposed to revel in bloodshed as we grow up. And she seems to be embracing her rite of passage with reckless abandon, as I would expect, grabbing the bull by the horn, so to speak. It's a little intimidating, because I'm not sure if I'm ready for that, which I guess is normal?
Are you asking me to reassure you about that? Because I seriously don't have a clue.
It's okay, Dave. Still monologuing, I guess. I'm not so much worried about not being ready, as I am that I might not actually want to be ready. Maybe ever. Maybe there's something wrong with me.
I don't understand. I thought you were insane. I thought you were insane kinds of apeshit over the macabre stuff, like being all cutesy about executions, and smelling cherry blood, and such things contrived to get a guy feeling vaguely uncomfortable. Was that all an act?
Not an act, just fun. I like fun, Dave, and I also like games. Don't you like fun and games?
Of course the fuck not.
Liar!
Didn't you say you've killed people before?
There's a big difference between manipulating people to their doom with trickery and killing someone by your own hand. It is a bit like having to face your own death, and discovering the difference between leaving the responsibility to someone else and doing the dirty work yourself. Maybe you'll understand someday.
I don't think Red Girl actually killed anyone. No, maybe not by her hand. I'm not entirely sure about that. Okay, I'd like to help you out, but I don't know what advice I should be given to a member of a murderous species who's gun-shy on going off to justice murder, a murder-happy murderer who's done lots of murders. Feels pretty weird and inappropriate for me to be the one to tell you you fuck yes, go for it. She's got this huge murder with her name on it anyways, and it's cruising right at her down Comeuppance Boulevard. So I don't know. Do you want me to tell you to be a better human or to be a better troll?
I can't tell you what to advise me, chumbass. Maybe I'm not even looking for advice per se, but just want to talk to someone about it.
All right, well, all I'll say is maybe if you kill her, at least we can finally stop obsessing over her.
Sigh. Yeah, fair enough.
Why don't you just do what you think you have to do, and I'll do the same. Speaking of which...
Oh, right. You'll be bugging me about something, about showing you how to reach the god tier soon, prompted by this very conversation, I imagine. Who'd have thought?
These time shenanigans completely blindsided us. They practically never even happen.
I know.
So I hang up now with future you, and then start pestering present you about is that how it works? About it. Is that how it works?
Yes.
And I make sure not to reference anything said here to keep it simple, except like in an offhand way that'll seem retroactively logical to your future self, i.e., you right now. If for no other reason, then it'd be boring as hell to rehash it.
That sounds about right, but what do I know? You're the time guy, after all. Luckily, I will not have to participate in these charades this time around.
Does luck actually matter?
Huh.
Doesn't actually outright kill someone either. That's fair.
Show me the flash, please.
But I have no memory of this. Oh, end of year 2. Oh, okay. Remove disc 1. I really feel like there should be sound here. Insert disc 2. Disc 2 is missing. Uh-oh. Keep playing anyway. You have no idea what the hell this thing is or why you would need to insert another or why you would need another disc. You just capture log it and proceed. There is justice to be done and you are running out of time. Here we go. Terezi, proceed. I was expecting there to be sound. Okay. Whoop. Oh, you cannot control Terezi. How can you possibly expect to play this game when you have lost the game disc? All you can do is watch what she decides to do. Okay. You find a note stuck to the floor with Nebula's claw. It appears to be addressed to you, written on a page torn from the journal of Vriska's ancestor. Her taunts are becoming increasingly flagrant. It also appears to be written in purple blood. She wouldn't dare harm sweet, precious Gamzee, would she? The thought is almost more than you can bear. You are going to throw the book at her. Okay, Terezi, read note. Oh. Good. Just Fucking going all over the place, huh? Alright, Terezi, wake up. You cannot wake up because you are not actually asleep. You were just taking a breather in this nice cozy pile of horrifically mutilated scalemates, which were gathered here to break your fall for some reason. You wonder where you are. This is a fancy-looking room. It doesn't look like a place you would expect to find on this meteor, at least not in any strictly canonical capacity. Examine surroundings. This dapper Kiwi-suited gentleman is quite familiar. You are almost positive he made an appearance in that very crowded dream you had recently. Where did he go? Something in this room smells funny. And fast. Climb stairs. You cannot ascend. The staircase is suffering from a catastrophic horn clog. Exit door. The door is locked. You will either need a key or to break it down with force. You would need to achieve an especially heightened state of determination to pull that off, though. I still can't do the freaking password. I can't believe she didn't figure out the game was actually the truth. That's fair. Why? What is this? What are these? You have been completely hornswoggled. This whole thing was a setup from the start, a trap deployed by a cunning mastermind. All of the clues are adding up. The blood, the note, the flagrant displays of tricksterism and japery. The identity of the puppet master behind all of this is somehow painfully obvious to you. Spider troll. Idiot. Play records. Oh, here we go. You select appropriate crime-solving music to set the right mood. With this kind of atmosphere, it is highly unlikely that any crime will stay unsolved for long. But we gotta listen to Midnight Crew.
I hate a moral coward, one who lacks the manly spark. I just
there it is.
am afraid to go home in the dark. I always spend my evenings where there's woman, wine, and song. But like a man, I always bring my little...
Alright. What's Unlabeled record? It's sad sounding is what it is. Alright, remove Midnight Crew record. No, this vaudevillian cornball nonsense will not do it all. The mood is just not right for figuring out crimes. You put the record back in its sleeve. Examine cover. Who's this douchebag? Oh. Before you can make heads or tails of who exactly this douchebag is, something rolls out of the sleeve. It appears to be a very small record. It's so small. What is such a small record doing in this great big sleeve? That's not how you hold a record. You got Homestuck, disc 2. You cannot get over how tiny this record is. It's adorable. You wonder what sort of music it plays. Play tiny record. Okay. Predictably, you scratch the surface of the disc. What were you expecting? It's almost like you don't even know what a CD is. With the disc damaged, who knows what sort of effects it will have on the data. Better store it somewhere safe to prevent any more mishaps. Capture log disc. It should be perfectly safe from any similar kinds of damage while secured in your scratch and sniff modus. Scratch and sniff. Examine chests. You spent way too much time calibrating the ambiance of your investigation and not nearly enough time investigating. It is one of the most common pitfalls to being an investigator, aside from literal pitfalls, which you actually fall into. There are 2 chests in this secret room. Nothing out of the ordinary. Chests are everywhere in this lab, and people find it all too tempting to sneak their personal belongings into them for safekeeping. That is, until the goods are stolen shortly after by those who can't resist looting every chest they encounter, which is everybody. Maybe these ones contain clues? Open chest. You got your neophyte red glare role-playing outfit. What is this doing in here? You've not worn it since your flarping days. The only part of you that the only part of it you kept on hand was a stylish pair of glasses, which of course since the incident has managed to become a regular accessory. But you cannot imagine how someone could have gotten their hands on the rest of it. Surely a crafty and resourceful criminal's at work. Spider troll, spider troll, spider troll. Wear suit. You don the garb of the legendary Lacerator. It brings back memories of many successful fantasy prosecutions resulting in the real executions of rival players. Those were the days. Open other chest. You got your Pyral Spite plush. Pyral Spite was your scalemate sidekick during your campaigns. He was the model of loyalty, friendship, and righteous retribution. More than could be said for another partner in justice. There is no doubt about it anymore. She is clearly baiting you into a confrontation. You mean baiting. Hug Pyral Spite. Terezi ascend. You embrace your old friend, releasing a mighty and majestic squeak. It has been too long, old friend. You vow never to let him out of your scent again. Hung. That face, just like, This puppet is becoming a nuisance. It appears to exhibit the same incredible puppet fastness properties which Dave's had. It must be some form of universal puppet enchantment. It couldn't possibly be the same one, because that would just be insane. Hey, where did Pyral Spite go? Look up. There he is. How'd he get all the way up there? He has always been quite the slippery scallywag. Maybe he was reminding you to check out the note. You almost forgot was up there, what with all your furious investigating, most of which has involved fooling around with records, hugging plush toys, and cosplaying as a childhood heroine. Read it. Just as you thought, it is a message from Vriska summoning you to do battle. It is written in Gamzee's rich, jelly-smelling blood, but it is her handwriting for sure. Her quirk is present, leaving the matter undebatable. But why the hell does she want you to bring this stupid puppet along? She's so weird. There is a journal entry on the back. It probably isn't the slightest bit relevant to the current situation, but you guess it couldn't hurt to read it anyway. Examine journal entry. I suppose I'll have to get used to writing with this hand instead. I now do so in captivity while I bring my awe to bear on the immensity of the subjugator's hijinks. I took their gesture as plain avowal of my prosecution's futility, with a lone neophyte assigned to the task. How could I view it otherwise? I was sure they'd drawn from the bottom of their deck, not intending to squander more competent mercenaries on one who'd made a show of outclassing them all before. But I discovered too late that Red Glare was their wild card all along. How is one allowed to be raised by a dragon in this era, let alone one of such middling blood, the sickly hue of a gutless civil servant? Those of her caste are typically pleased to mount a sluggish collar bear or some brainless squawking spleen fowl during petty expeditions to plaster seizure notices on Gablignant property. By what fluke was this woman granted such a weapon, permitting her to luxuriate in these delusions of righteousness? Something blocked the light of the unbitten moon, treating the harbor to darkness more grim than what fell this season's apogee. I made the mistake of looking into its eyes, each like a sun concentrated into a small jewel, as two hot garnets searing through a black veil. I shut mine quickly, but the more sensitive of them was burned irreparably. When I regained sight in the other, there was only red. My fleet was in flames. The neophyte was on deck. Pyral Spite, she mentioned, through her ridiculous forced grin. She wanted me to know the name of the beast which was able to consume my Lucis whole. My dice were in the hold below, not that my present luck would consent to a favorable roll anyway. I made a move for my blade. She took my arm, which I'm sure she kept as the tiniest of snacks for her ostentatious custodian. Maybe she meant to prove she wouldn't need me in irons to have my submission. Bound or free. 2, 1, or none. I wonder how well she knows it's not what I do with my arms she has to fear. I await my trial. It's not all, it's a wait. Insert disc 2. Loading. I know this is what's it gonna do once it loads? Is it gonna wait for me to click see or ascend? Is it just gonna wait? Oh. See or ascend. Here we go. Sis, roof, now bring the puppet. Acrobatic fucking pirouette. actually have other trolls in this animation. Alright, here we go. What is Vriska doing? Much fanfare was made of the trial, more than I would have dared to hope. It seems my luck has been returning of late. The High-Bloods surely intended to make a spectacle of my conviction. They filled the court block with peasants ravenous for the comeuppance of a blue blood. I wasn't about to deny them what they came for. It was kind of the authorities to supply me with phalanx of such impressionable spectators. The weak wills were nearly as thick in the air as the rust in their veins. Funny how my other senses seem to have peaked since exchanging glances with the dragon. One extraordinary specimen, how I've come to covet the creature since it ruined my fleet. I know too well the whispers of a dangerous new infatuation when they beckon, but I digress. It was simple enough to nudge the hostility of the low-bloods from one aristocrat to another. The subjugators could not have been pleased, but nor could they have been altogether unamused, I would expect. I wonder if this was part of their unfathomable game. I'll never understand their riddles. I only regret I didn't get to hear the opening statement the neophyte had prepared against me. The case she compiled from all that evidence she burned must have been damning. I bet her remarks would have stung worse than when she severed my arm. She certainly would have shown me greater mercy by taking the other instead. Alas, I mocked to disguise the extent of my regret. Had my escape not necessitated her demise, she would have made a lovely rival. If she'd only discarded her childish preoccupation with justice, we might have made a striking scourge. Had we inched blacker, we'd have torn red miles across the land and sea. Unfortunately, the only miles to be found through her bureaucratic calling were those of red tape. When so ensnared, one is eventually bound to be choked. With the court block cleared, all that remained to obstruct my freedom was his honorable tyranny himself. Upon reflection, Redglare showed the foresight of a true seer in thieving my arm before the trial. It permitted a fair fight. Though I was free, what a fucking badass. Though I was free, I had no fleet. No matter. With the Gablingnots decimated, I had embraced the turn in fortune and pledged to put my sea-grifting ways behind me. With any luck, the skies would be my future. My thoughts again returned to that dragon. But first, I was in need of temporary refuge. I sought it with the expatriate. He owed me for the sweeps of protection I provided after his brazen defiance of the High-Bloods. It was perhaps the only such courageous stand ever taken against a superior by one of his supercilious pedigree, and I'd not have bothered sticking my neck out for another. But the admiration he'd won naturally wore thin as he persistently bemoaned his treason and banishment, and I was saddened to find his habit holding strong even now. I wonder if he still believes she was worth it. Repairing my arm would go a little further in squaring his debt with me. Even if I came with both intact, I might have ripped one off and put him to the task just to halt to his blubbering. Darklear was always a skilled machinist, and the work proved, fucking hell, an adequate distraction. So pacified, he listened to what I had to say about my recent travails with the law and pyrospite, and what I'd come for in return, or what I'd come for in truth, the treasure he'd been keeping safe from me. I cradled the oracle in my synthetic hand, as if appraising by weight the mystic qualities it still concealed. With my vision eightfold seared away, I was as blind to its secrets as the old doctor was to its present whereabouts. I had learned to keep it cloaked from the awareness of the man who once called me his protege, a backhanded term of endearment from a smug manipulator. Locating his so-called dark pockets was the only gambit I had in countering his milk-tongued doublespeak. The expatriate, for indiscernible reasons, seemed naturally surrounded by such a void in the doctor's awareness, and so was uniquely fit to inherit the orb. The doctor could not see his treasure, nor I into it. I considered what to do with it for a while. Should I find pyrospite by consulting with the oracle, as I'd done so often to steal fortune from my adversaries? I guessed exploiting some technological means of gazing through its surface may have been simple enough, but I hesitated. Every expedient granted by its counsel, though never instantly, came at a price. Knowing his nature, I'm surprised I only now recognize it as yet another instrument of his spurious benevolence, dangerous by way of selective divulgence. The sense of infallibility his oracle brought me was superficial, and in hindsight weakened my readiness. Knowing my fate so far in advance, I took Redglaire's threat lightly. The greatest mistake I have ever made was asking the orb when I would die. But as I revisited the prophecy surrounding this unfortunate query, something struck me. I thought of the man I would have as a matesprit centuries from now, who was said to command an army of beasts, the one I called the Summoner. If my obsession with the dragon should continue to burn for so long, would he be the one to assist me in taming it? I did not have enough knowledge to ask the right questions when I had the opportunity. Were that the case, I might have asked if it would be his rare abilities of communion that would bring Pyrosprite under control. Would it be on account of my influence? And if so, would I exert this influence by taking his will or winning his heart? These are details I would have given no second thought in drawing from the orb, my curiosity a force usually too much to quell. But now, I have thought of the Summoner often. I have been troubled to know that as one so common-blooded, he could not possibly have hatched yet, nor will he wriggle from the caverns for many sweeps. So I must have patience to take up my role in his story of heroism. It is a tale which reads to me as though lifted from a child's story, yet I know I'd be a fool to doubt its veracity entirely. He would rise to the ranks of the cavalry-reapers and assume command, having proven the most skilled and fearless of them. He would exhibit a remarkable pupation, the sort only recorded in myth, growing, or perhaps simply revealing, a striking pair of wings. His army, thus inspired, would spearhead a major rebellion, surely one at least on the scale of a sectarian revolt crushed by the Highbloods, who thereafter forbade its mention, or any invocation of the heretical symbols at all, even in private journals. Which is why I will stick to the fable of the Summoner, and not risk another execution with even oblique reference to the compelling tale of the Sufferer. Resolution to the Summoner's mutiny is foggy, as I understand what he has been... what has been related to me through the brief answers I thought to solicit. Ultimately, the ire of the Condess would be such that in the settling dust of the conflict, she would banish all from the homeworld, except the young. She would scatter all who reach maturity to the stars to fight her wars, I presume to keep them occupied, existing in a less centralized state from which such a coup may arise. This is still an incredible notion for me to consider, and I cannot imagine how she would come to enforce such an upheaval in our civilization. Though I suppose she will have on her side the advantage of an unparalleled lifespan, and the leverage extended by the hideous psychic prongs of her deep, undulating monstrosity. That is, until it chooses another little witch to serve. Nevertheless, I take the prediction as truth, and find it amusing that a homeworld dominated by children will be the great Summoner's legacy. One of them, at least. More importantly, and less amusingly, his legacy will be my demise. You see, I first learned his name when I asked who would be the one to kill me. I have never spoken nor written of him out of contempt for the prophecy, but do so here, in my final entry for this journal. I took this to be a pitiable fate, and scoured the orb for any means of escaping it, or at least to salvage a little dignity from the tale of my downfall. Alas, it had no consolation for my vanity. But as I sit here deciding what to do with the damnable little sphere, I understand my error. It was not in failing to chart a course through future events to turn my fortune's tide, even so many sweeps from now. It was in believing the future was mine to know, and fortune mine to control. If this hero is meant to breathe life into my embittered heart, and if he is to earn the right to run it through, then so be it. For him I will commit to this page my highest expectations, and for what precious uncertainty is left in my future, I renew my vigorous anticipation. The oracle I will resolve to part with. I will conceal it in a crypt bearing the sign of the expatriate, with a map to its location hidden in this journal. To whomever finds it, be wary, for the truth it tells may leave its new keeper blind as I was, though no more. Flip! Here we go. I don't know what this is. Oh, I have to interact. Nope. Oh boy, it's like Doki Doki. Uh-huh. This is unsettling. Boy, I don't remember this at all. Motherfucking jury.
Hey, Red Glare. Nice outfit. Same to you, Vriska. As much as it pains me to admit, your fruity orange fairy suit's something delicious. Smells delicious. Thanks. I see you finally wised up and started to take this rivalry seriously. It was hard to antagonize you probably while you refused to get in character. I am not in character. This is serious business, Vriska. See, I brought my deadly coin and my cool coin and everything. My deadly cane sword. Fuck. Yes, I could see that. You've come for revenge then. I thought we settled this a long time ago. No, not revenge. Justice. For the despicable murders of our innocent friends. Murders? Like, plural? Vriska, please, do not try to deny it. I found the evidence. Tavros, Nepeta, even Gamzee. I mean, really, Vriska, Gamzee? Gamzee isn't dead, you dope. He flipped out or something and now— oh, boy.
Oh, this is unsettling.
Well, yeah, okay, there was, like, one murder I was responsible for. You know Tavros? That was me, I guess. But that's it. He's the only one I killed. That's just one guy.
Facepalm ×3 combo. Can interact with the bodies? You can interact with the bodies while she's walking by? I didn't know that.
Both? No, you can't beat Jack. All that will happen is you will lead him here and he will kill us all. He will follow your sugary pixie trail with his keen canine snout. I've already seen this consequence in my mind's eye. Fascinating. Why don't you tell me your terms already? Forget my pixie trail. At this rate, my snoring will lead him to us. What I propose is simple. I flip. Heads, you stay. Scratch, you go. You're kidding, right? You want luck to decide this? Maybe you forgot who you're dealing with. I am the Thief of Light. You really expect me to lose a simple coin flip? I've got all the luck, remember? I did not forget. What will it be, Marquis?
I don't know if you can click on him or not.
Just flip the fucking coin, neophyte.
Oh, that's where it ends up. The disc is too badly damaged. You can no longer play Homestuck. Quit. You are forced to quit. You are forced to quit. You will not be able to resume playing unless you can repair the scratch in the disc. You will need to seek the service of someone who is capable of fixing a scratch doctor, if you will. Visit doctor. Great, here we go. You rang. That was a joke, of course. You didn't. Of course you didn't. I don't have a doorbell, remember? Ha ha, hee hee, hoo hoo. Please come in. Oh, that's right. Now we're here for 40 years. Welcome to my apartment. I trust you'll find my voice is more palatable against this decor. I continue to be an excellent host. I'm expecting 2 more guests later. First one, and then another. Make yourself comfortable in the meantime, but don't touch the candy on the table. That is reserved for one of my guests. Let's have a look at this disc. She really did a number on it, didn't she? It's virtually unplayable like this. What a shame. There are many moments trapped on this disc which you would have no doubt found to be quite exhilarating. But yes, I can fix it. Okay. It will take time, though, I estimate, by which I mean I am certain by way of omniscience, that when I am done, we will have reached just shy of the green circle on the card above. I'm sure you have already presumed this mark represents the beginning of Act 6. The disc should be ready to run in time to witness the critical event, a confluence of thickly interwoven, concurrent circumstances which have been meticulously arranged by myself, influenced to a much lesser extent by you, and by an even more negligible degree our heroes. The scratch will be healed in time to watch these heroes put into motion. Yes, the scratch itself. Oh, excuse me. If you don't mind waiting here while I complete my repairs, I will tell the rest of the story. I will show you as well as I recover data from the disk, but the visuals I supply will be nothing more than abbreviated snapshots, and my telling will be abridged. Immortality notwithstanding, I'm not going to live forever, you know. Tick. And since for once in my life time is at a premium, let's get on with it. Where were we? Talk. Never mind, I figured it out instantly because of my unfathomable intellect, limitless knowledge, and mind-boggling charisma. Granted, my charisma had less to do with it than the other qualities, but it didn't hurt, did it? Here, I'll show you. Tick. The Seer of Mind had challenged the Thief of Light to a simple game of chance. If the result was the undamaged side, the thief would agree to stay. If not, she would go. Talk. The result of the flip was left inconclusive, at which point you decided to pay me a visit. But the inconclusive should not be confused with the uncertain. The actual result was trivial. It was a constant across all timelines. Both the Seer and the thief knew this. The thief used her abilities to steal the fortune of her opponent and force the flip to yield what she regarded as the most favorable outcome. The Seer anticipated this move correctly. This is why I don't care much for gambling. While a sucker is born with each tick of the clock, a cheater is born with each talk betwixt. Also because it is boring, and I am already a very wealthy man. Tick. The Seer relayed her terms through the generally understood argot of an assassin. The result, go, while at face value would suggest the thief was allowed to leave, was actually the Seer's code word for the threat of death. This was obvious to everyone, including the thief. Talk. While the thief turned to fly away, making a show of claiming her prize, the Seer would stab her in the back the moment her guard was dropped. This was her plan. Not a particularly clever tactic in its own right, but its ingenuity didn't dwell in the novelty of the ruse, nor even the neutralized probabilities in the game of chance. Psychology was in play. Tick. Naturally, the thief knew this was her intent all along. She knew the Seer would have understood the outcome to be rigged, and that she would likely intended to kill her as a consequence of the fixed result. This was to be seen as an implicit dare to the thief to allow the flip to fall fairly, something which the Seer knew the thief's ego wouldn't allow. And the Seer knew the thief knew all this as well. Just another pair of cheaters attempting to play with their cards face up. Amateurs. Talk. Each was gambling, not with any vehicle of probability, which had been eliminated from the equation, but with each other's intentions. The thief indeed took the Seer's bait, stealing the luck needed to effect the flip in defiance of her dare. And in turning to leave, she then posed a dare of her own to the Seer, challenging her to back up the implied threat. This was the thief's gamble. She wagered the Seer would not be able to go through with it. It turned out she was right. So ends a tale of rivalry. Well, almost. There's a bit more. But in order to understand its proper conclusion, we should first catch up with another of my other protégés, from whom I'm expecting a message shortly. The other Seer, the other hero of light. Tick. Talk. Tick. Talk. Round 2. Strife. Here we left our human hero of light. Oglo Perry. She flew away to take vengeance on the noir this side of the scratch. That is, the one less angry and dangerous, the one not yet motivated by a compelling duel. Compelling, but not particularly challenging. The Seer wouldn't win this duel. My apologies if this spoils the outcome for you. I can't speak as discreetly about such matters against this canvas. Tick. I warned her. I warned my neophyte protege not to stare into that ball. Talk. I told her about stairs. Moving on. I'll remind you that the pacing in my account will be characterized by a reduction of granularity from what you have come to expect by way of an undamaged disc. Hi, Alexi, how you doing? You will imagine the remainder of the duel to be sensational. I will continue my steady distribution of facts as if they were pieces of candy poured from a bottomless white hemisphere. The duel ends, the Seer dies, the Slayer departs, the heir comes back to life. This outcome was hardly a point of suspense. It would be disingenuous of me to present it as such, and I will not belittle your intelligence with such tawdry narrative ploy. It would be rude, and I am too well dressed for that kind of behavior. If there had truly stood some chance of permanence to the heir's corpsehood, I can hear you asking now, how could this moment later come to pass? And for that matter, what sort of story would this be, with our human hero of breath made to stay a cadaver? Definitely not one the alpha timeline would allow. And what sort of spectator would you be? If you'd forgotten the terms ruling the conditional immortality he won with his previous similarly unceremonious impaling. He'd done nothing to earn martyrdom, by which we might laud his fall as heroic. Nor had he tasted notoriety. To secure a death one may parse just. And while I can't give you my assurance, I'm reasonably convinced of this much. When the hero of breath dies for good, it won't be as a scoundrel. But not for lack of a devoted mentor. I have allergies, someone can hardly breathe. Man, fucking pollen is hitting Florida damn hard, and it's fucking with me too. So I feel ya. If I had served as his mentor directly, rather than as his mentor's mentor's mentor, he may have stood a fair chance of perpetrating something underhanded. At the very least, his jokes might have been better. Instead, he got her. the other hero of light, always bugging him, bugging and fussing and meddling. What's her deal? Let's find out. I mentioned there was a bit more to her story. I believe it's time to resume it. I trust you won't mind if I step away for a moment. I have important guests arriving very soon. If you need me, I'll be up here, making sure everything is in order, which it already is, and keeping an eye, which I don't have, on the clock, which I don't need. Tick. Vriska flies away. Talk. Tick. Talk. Bonk. Tick. Talk. Tick. Talk. Tick. Talk. Oh. How did Rose come back again? John didn't kiss her. John might have. I have no recollection. I don't remember. Oh, hey, look. I didn't notice this up here. Apologies for my preoccupation. I have managed to pacify the rowdier of my two other guests with sugary little black dogs, so that I may continue my narration, but only briefly. In a moment, I will go stand over by my typewriter and teach my neophyte protege the consequences of taking advice from strange men over the internet, while I continue to attend to my second guest, who is you from an earlier point in the story. Remember? Yes. Yes, I do. You can see fucking Jack putting it on. We met here in my apartment a little while ago. At that moment, I was busy hosting you from the future, who is you right now, but I did not mention this at the time. I would have introduced your past self to your future self and vice versa, but it is a well-known fact that past and future selves tend not to get along. A good host would never tolerate the potential for discord among guests, and as hosts go, I am simply the best there is. Please don't be alarmed, past you was just leaving. Where was I? Of course. The two heroes of light had challenged the same Jack Noir, the one straddling the scratch and about 20 hours from his own time, to a circumstantially simultaneous pair of duels. Circumstantial simultaneity is a concept more complex in its temporal analog, and is valuable for examining the properties of paradox space. It is the agent responsible for the major cosmic event with pre-extinction Alternians came to refer as the Great Undoing. The same concept rules the innumerable lesser events by which this critical moment shall be catalyzed, including the break, my employer's arrival, the detonation of a very powerful bomb, and my own death. It is an abstraction weaving together the fortune of otherwise perfectly disparate chronologies, such as those bound to a pair of distinct sessions. It's not fully comprehensible to a mortal mind, and the length I will go to explain it to you will not extend beyond this sentence, but the story will. The slayer was, for the moment, unmotivated by the thief's motion for a compelling duel. This side of the scratch, he opted for a more ruthless and calculating policy of extermination. On his arrival, not about to repeat the mistakes leading to his banishment, he quickly obliterated all 12 planets, followed by Prospect and Durst, to weed out those who might outsmart him in the same manner. With as little fanfare, he seized the opportunity to follow the thief's trail quickly before it dissipated, and destroyed their hideout in the Vale. And now, knowing her position, he would soon return for the duel she wanted, but not without a pair of trophies. Tick. Talk. Again, sorry for the interruption. My conversation with the girl ran a bit long, slightly exceeding the 1 second I scheduled for it. This is where events begin to outpace my awareness. The deeper into this dark pocket we explore, the more I will be forced to speculate. I rarely have cause to rely on probability, but luckily for you, my guesses are better than anybody's. Tick. I have always believed that a good storyteller should keep a comprehensive record of past events on hand, a scrapbook of personal significance, for instance, from which he may piece together current moments from past ones of a similar, if not identical nature. It's more efficient. Talk. It's also logical, since there is essentially nothing new in paradox space. Everything that can happen is either a visual or substantive reproduction of something which has already transpired on a timeline, offshoot or otherwise. Tick. Oh, look at all the black goo. Is it all oil? Is he greasing down the bitch? And if I'm going to speculate on this duel, I might as well make use of earlier clippings. For the Slayer, this was round 1 against the Hero of Light. Talk. Lighting the fucking lighter. All I really need to do is flip it turnways, like so. And we have round 2. The exclamation. Now there's fire everywhere. The thief would probably roll her dice. Oh, it's everywhere. And just as probably due to her impressive hoard of stolen fortune, she would have a 100% chance of rolling the most favorable result. Ordinarily, this result would be almost impossibly improbable. The odds of the roll would be 1 in 16,770,216 to be specific. And to be less specific, 1 in 8, where y equals 8. Hee hee. He's the fucking... Oh, I have it cropped. You can't see his fucking face. Tick. Talk. Oh, that's a lot going on. This is Gurren Lagann? Tick. That's pretty cool. That might end up being the thumbnail. We'll find out. One moment, please. Where are you? I'm stuck. There you are. Talk. In round 2, the Slayer would not be merely compelled, but challenged, if my guess is right. Challenged by one claiming godhood before reaping the prodigious spoils from striking down a formidable endgame foe. One with the guile of a cheater, the luck of a clover, the hubris of her mentor, and the drive known only to the pathologically competitive. I believe he'd be challenged, yes. Tick. But not outmatched. As one who shares the Slayer's source of power, my projection must give him the unambiguous advantage. But even so, while I continue to not be a gambling man, that didn't stop being a thing that was true or anything. Talk. I'm reasonably sure that if it was, I wouldn't bet against her. That's a tempting thumbnail too, but I think I like the other one more. Moving on. It's pretty awesome. Thank you. I like to think I have a good eye for these things, sometimes, every now and then. Dude's fucking just beating his skull in with a crowbar. Let's pull back from this ever-narrowing dark pocket. All this uncertainty is wearing thinner than the only pair of pants in an immortal's wardrobe. I've never much enjoyed navigating the vortices of alternative possibility. The path which alone has my absolute mastery is the Alpha timeline, a continuum I define as that which boasts exclusive rights both to my birth and to my death, two circumstantially simultaneous events. Any divergence from this path, to my knowing, will taper into blackness like rotting roots. But if I was a seer, such offshoots would be fully within my domain. And if I was a seer of mind, in particular, synaptic causality would be my specialty. A seer of mind would have given you a more reliable account, perhaps. But then, she would do many things I wouldn't. Tick. A seer would support her allies in battle, not with her weapons, but her vision. This is cool. She would sift through dross of her comrades' poor tactical inclinations and examine the grim consequences. A seer would not charge into the fray headlong, but direct it as a conductor with a baton. She would have the sight to eschew the obvious gambits and find the path to victory disguised cleverly as setback or even imminent defeat. She would behold the fortune of friends and foes in totality, and appraise the contrivance of luck itself. She would know its mines were not to be plundered, and simply explored and charted carefully. Talk. Dancing around with the coin up here. Oh, there's a lot going on. A true seer would know where luck is a given, where it is absent, and most importantly, where it doesn't matter at all. Tick. And she would know victory doesn't matter in reality, where all else is doomed to fail. Talk. What sort of story would this be with our knight and seer made to stay cadavers? Certainly not one the Alpha timeline would allow. All these passwords. Tick. And not one she'd allow, either. Talk. Oh, man! There's a lot going on up here. Ukata. I think it's all the same one. I figured it's the same one. It's just, I need the password, damn it. Tick. Talk. Tick. Talk. Tick. You think you're so cool. Bro, Sloppy makes outs now. On the roof. Hee hee hee. Talk. Tick. Talk. It's way far into the sixth. Okay, fair. Honk. Honk. Tick. Arachnid's grip began trolling Tentacle Therapist. John, you're heading into the blackout, so I won't be able to see you until you leave. But don't worry, I can still sense you are there because of awesome powers, remember? Smooth move ditching your computer like that, by the way. That was some incredible leadership you showed. Now I have to contact you through Rose, thus exposing me to the risk of actually having to talk to her. Your carelessness has put the Heroes of Light in a very awkward position, John. I hope you're satisfied. Just kidding. She's obviously a little too preoccupied at the moment to be sassing me. Just borrow her computer and talk to me when you get the chance, okay? I'll be waiting. Talk. Oh, boy. All the dots, John. All 16.77216 million of them. Still dead, huh? Or are you too busy weeping over her corpse to pick up that headset and answer me? You can't fool me, John. I know you're not staying dead for long. And it's not just because I can clearly see you're alive in the future. You see, we are both the best there is, and therefore we have special privileges when it comes to mortality. It's hard to keep a god dead for good. We can only die under very specific circumstances. Didn't I mention? Tick-tock. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, I remember this one. Between heroic and just. Nothing too glorious about the way you just died, I bet. Let me guess, even after all my lessons, you allowed yourself to get sucker stabbed, right? Pretty lame. I mean, lucky for you it was lame. I guess being lame pays off when dying a hero's what gets you killed. If our hero breath reached god tier, he would have been completely indestructible, lol. Damn, I forgot. I was going to stop ripping on that guy since he got stabbed through the chest and died. Whoops. Anyway, I figured you're probably safe from a just death too, since I'm pretty sure you haven't done anything all that despicable. Yet. Stop. I don't know for sure, but I'm betting that if I go to fight Jack, it will wipe out all the bad things I've done. I think if I die, it'll be a hero's death. So it ought to stick. Pretty good motivation to win the fight, though, don't you think? One way or another, I think this will be my last big challenge as a gamer. As such, I would like to pass my dice on to you. It is very important to me that they stay in good hands, John, that you continue their legacy and that of my ancestor. What the fuck? 82THEBTH. Use the code. I'm sure I can count on you to make something awesome with it. Slick, I'm serious. Please stop. Oh, hey, Snowman showed up. Boy, I wasn't paying attention at all. Oh, that'd be a fucking rad thumbnail too. Shit. Still not alive yet. Man. You better hurry up. She probably doesn't have much time left. Trust me, what she's going through on Durst right now isn't much fun. Okay, I guess I should mention why I'm trying to contact you now of all times, rather than just skipping ahead. Remember how we talked about your backup plan? The one you have devised to defeat Jack in the off chance I fail? Well, it's not going to work if Rose is dead, is it? You have to wake her up, breathe some life into her, do the windy thing with your lips. You know what that means. Oh my. Gotta kiss her. Don't worry, I still can't see you, so there's no reason to be bashful or anything. And since we are a couple of professionals here who are focused on winning, we both know it doesn't have any meaning. It's not like I would be jealous even if I could see. Why would I be? Or maybe that didn't even cross your mind. Man, why am I even talking about this? Oh my, oh my, oh my, this will not do at all. Let's just forget I said that. This isn't really how I wanted this conversation to go. I guess I was assuming you'd be talking back by now, so now I'm just talking and spinning my wheel device like an idiot. Maybe I don't actually know how I want it to go. I guess I could just shut up and skip ahead on your timeline a little, talk to you when you're alive. That would make sense. So, I guess I'll do that. But then, maybe if I did, I wouldn't actually say what I wanted to say, so I'll just say it. Pardon me while I adjust the narrow fenestrated wall. Back. To be honest, I'm nervous about this fight. But I'm still going through with it, for a lot of reasons. To save my friends, or at least the ones who are still alive. Oh, and I guess to save reality itself from being totally fucked up, there's that too. But I think what's motivating me to win this fight the most is the possibility of getting to meet you when it's all over. Maybe I can finally put all this terrible stuff behind me, and I won't have to worry about being the best anymore, or proving what a ruthless killer I can be. Maybe I can try out whatever is supposed to be normal for a human. Who knows, it may not be as boring as it sounds. Maybe. If you're not too freaked out by all the bad things I've done, or the fact that I'm an alien, we could go on a date? To redirect the view from this improprietary... Oh my goodness. Ugh, hate snog.
Don't worry. It could be a human date, whatever that entails. No weird alien stuff, I promise. And no killing or murders, or even talking about killing or murders and such. Just whatever you like to talk about and think is cool. I can even be persuaded to watch one of your absurd human films. Do you like any others which feature that rugged human with the long hair and wounded arm? You know the one, the sweaty guy with a mutilated animal and the speech impediment. Those would be tolerable to watch, I bet.
There. Hey, it's Jade! He's ostracizing.
Well, think it over. Before I go, I'll get in touch one more time later on, when you're alive and maybe you have something to say about it. Oh yeah, sorry about your adult male guardian. I wasn't trying to be deceptive by not telling you. I decided not to because I didn't want to be the one to make you sad about it. Was that selfish of me? I don't know. You would have found out regardless, like we all did. There are things we care about that we just have to leave behind. It just sucks for those who aren't in as much a hurry to leave it all behind as me. Wait, someone's coming. Hang on.
Frog breeding! It's happening! It's happening! I am a wonderful chaperone as well as an excellent host. Look at him! Dave's got frogs! Shoo.
Oh god, she's wearing her RP outfit. What the hell is she up to? Man, she's got her dumb dragon doll and everything. Guess she means business this time. Damn it, I've got to deal with this now. Anyway, if you actually get around to reading any of this, thanks for listening, John. If my outrageously great luck has any say in the matter, we will be meeting up in no time. Just please consider what I said. Okay? Later.
Tick, tock, tick. Adorable as a thumbnail. Oh, that would be a good thumbnail. Oh. All right, we're going back. Hang on. That would be a good thumbnail. Oh, shit. Too many options. Oh, heroic or just. We all know the answer. Stop. Clock's destroyed. 1001 out of 1,000. Face palm times 0 combo. Oh, for crying out loud. Cynic, I can tolerate many things from a guest. Just. Curt manners, egregious womanizing, murdering the help, casual arson, even atrocious candy belt etiquette. But it is the desecration of a priceless timepiece where I must draw the line. I'm afraid I must now insist that you take your beating quite personally. Break.
Vriska, wait! Oops, hold on. Technical therapist ceased pestering Arachnid's grip. Ectobiologist began pestering Arachnid's grip.
Wow, that's hard as fucking hell to read.
Hey, are you there? I did what you said, but I can't tell if it worked. Hello? You didn't fly out to fight Jack yet, did you? Well, I hope not. Anyway, all that stuff you said sounds fun to me. I have hells of the Cage flicks in my library. I don't even care that you're an alien. You see, Cage is the universal constant which unites us all. Well, if you haven't flown away, I'll look forward to your message in the future. It'd be nice to talk about all the stuff that happened. Anyway, bye.
Oh, God.
Hey!
Oh, my fucking hell. This is so insanely awkward and sad.
What is?
Hang on. Arachnid's grip ceased drawing ectobiologist. Heads. Oh. Carcinogenesis began drawing ectobiologist. John's text is fucking hard to read.
Hey, Carcat! That was you? Where's Vriska?
She
what?
Shit, I feel like an asshole for reading this whole thing.
What whole thing? You mean what she wrote?
Yeah.
Why are you snooping around her computer?
Because, wow, okay. So let me ask. Did you both actually like each other? Like, I mean, something vaguely resembling actual, genuine, mutual sentiment or whatever. Not some lopsided, pining bullshit.
What are you talking about?
Did you like her, you windsock-headed shitmouth? Is what I'm asking.
Well, yeah. Why?
Okay. That's fine. Then we'll talk about it later.
Talk about what?
I need you to be able to think straight. We have important shit to go over, and I don't have much time. And so on. Just beating the ever-loving shit out of him. Oh, fuck. I haven't been paying attention to the Jade Dave shit. Fuck. Hang on. Alright, so that's right. Jack shows up. They confront Jack. There's a strife happening that I wasn't paying attention to at all. A bunch of Daves show up. They're blasting him. Auto Harley. Got it. Caught up. You let me down, Slick. And then fucking Jack Novas. Fucking there he goes.
Let's get down to business. Aren't you going to ask how my journey was? No. It was long and windy, but a lot of fun. I really like flying. It's so much fun.
Oh, I bet it is just the biggest fucking blast a guy can have without a pair of shame gloves secured to his two trembling fists.
You haven't tried it?
Every dude's got to fly but me, even the cripple. Ow! May he rest in peace, I fucking guess.
Wait. Is that the guy who Vriska killed?
Oh god, you actually know about that? You know what? I give the fuck up trying to understand you and her.
Why?
Egbert, god damn it, will you shut your mouth and listen?
Okay, but is something wrong?
What?
A while ago you talked to me and it sounded like you were in danger, and it sounds like some people died, but you never told me what happened. Then I got distracted by a lot of crazy stuff.
Yeah, something is wrong. Or was. A bunch of us died. The end. I don't really want to talk about it.
Oh. Are you sure?
Carcat freaking out. I'm going to tell John even more about it. Yeah, Carcat breaks a lot of bad news to poor John. Yes, and not just because, oh, the clock is rapidly ticking down to something we're calling the critical moment, and no, I don't know what that is, so close your reeking question geyser before it asks.
But I'm your friend, aren't I?
Oh, God. Well, John, I can't handle talking about it, okay? I just got done, dealing with Gamzee, and I'm feeling pretty emotional about it, so please, no.
Who is Gamzee?
He was my best friend.
Really? I thought Terezi was your best friend. Or, wait, maybe she was your girlfriend? I forget.
My think pan, it hurts. It is presently threatening to make me its bitch, John. Is that what you want? Do you want your cool alien pal to become the bitch of a raw, throbbing think pan? Such is the scenario before us.
Sorry, I don't mean to be nosy. I just want to know some things about your situation. I'm concerned.
Gamzee was my very good friend, who was this goofy, lovable bullshit clown until he went psycho and killed some people. I liked him a lot. I don't know, I guess my best friend is really just the guy who I happen to be feeling most sentimental to at the moment. Is that a fucking crime?
No. I think I know how you feel. So he killed some people. And then what?
So then I...
It's okay, you can tell me.
John, trust me, you wouldn't understand. It's just a troll thing. Humans wouldn't get it. You might think I was a shithead and I can't deal with that now on top of everything, so let's drop it.
Okay, if you say so. Oh, I can't believe I almost forgot. I've been dying to know since I left the battlefield. Do you know if Rose is okay? Did it work?
I thought I could rely on you, of all people. Jay just going fucking ham over here. There he goes. Doof. Doof. She's fine. She woke up alive on Durst.
Really?
That's the rule, John. You kiss a dead player in time and their dream self takes over, assuming they still have one.
Oh, wow.
It's incredible you reached God tier status without even understanding the most mundane means of resurrection available. Wait, your unfailing cluelessness makes it the opposite of incredible. My mistake.
So I guess it would not have worked on my dad then? Or Rose's mom?
No, but that is exactly what I wanted to picture happening behind the black curtain, John. You snugging up your dead-hatted man loses. Thank you for that mental image. Or Rose's adult woman loses. Maybe a dead woman sweeps your senior. Maybe a dead woman sweeps your senior is more your cup of sauce, since apparently you are not a homosexual, whatever that even means. Not even to speak of your race's absurd qualms with the notion of incest, which, again, still sort of wondering how that can even be a thing. Is that your game, Egbert? Have you had your eye on Madame Lalonde and you've been waiting for a convenient resurrection opportunity to bust out your most passionate smooch motifs kept in reserve? And in front of your dead female offspring, no less. Just shameful.
Well, she is a very pretty lady, but that seems like a really inappropriate thing to think about, Carcat.
You don't say! What are we even talking about anymore?
I don't know. I'm frankly pretty upset about finding them dead in the magic castle, and I guess I was wondering aloud if something could have been done. Or at least maybe to talk about it without angry tirades being involved.
Exactly. You were embarking down tragedy lane, and we've got to stamp that garbage out. We can't have you getting all morose while we've got so many irons in the fire. Fuck, loaded phrase. Forget I said that. Just clam your shit up and forget your stupid guardian, like I did with my dead crab monster custodian, who I adored in no way whatsoever.
You're being a douche. Wait, what am I saying? You're always a douche.
Yes, thank you.
Your dad was a crab monster?
Shut the fuck up! We were talking about something important. Rose, remember?
Yes.
She's waiting on Durst for your bomb to be delivered. It will arrive safely a little later.
Oh, great. How do you know it gets there?
Jade told me. To do what it is you do best. Dudley firearms. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Oh, no. She just fucking riddles Dave. Jade from from further ahead on your timeline. Before my piece of shit clown bro made everything terrible here. She and I were hammering out these plans. Yeah, I forgot about that. I talked to her across pretty much the full spread of her timeline until the scratch starts and the feed cuts out. So I have a sense of the whole picture here, and it's my job now to put some things into motion.
Well, that's cool. It's nice to hear you're working together. I should pester Jade and see what she's up to.
You should sit your ass tight and do the fuck what I tell you to fucking do.
Oh.
Anyway, she and Dave do a lot of frog breeding, accelerating the process significantly by exploiting time travel, with help from me and Kanaya, since we were in charge of frog duties in our session. Poor Dave.
Frog duties? Wait, which one is Kanaya again?
Don't interrupt. I'm following a train of thought. Okay, Kanaya is my other best friend, and she was the hero of space like Jade, which means she's the stoker of the forge, and is basically in charge of frogs, which sounds stupid, I know. You breed the right frog to make the universe you want to make, which is a long, arduous process, and I kind of fucked it up in my game, but that's a whole other story, which I'll get to later, okay?
Wow. Okay.
She and Dave ran into Jack, which I'm sure he must have saw coming, because I've never seen anyone exploit time travel so shamelessly as him, not even Aradia.
Aradia?
Just another dead troll, who cares? Stop frowning, she was already dead before she died. So she and Dave fought with him for a while, and long story short, he died.
What?
But it's fine. I guess that was his plan. Like some bizarre, useless last stand, even if he didn't tell Jade, who was pretty freaked out until I talked her through it.
Did she kiss him too?
You're not supposed to kiss her, Mr. Noir. You're supposed to kill her. It's worse than kids knowing only some of the alive trolls. Yeah. Oh boy. The times 2 corpse smooch comp, or what is this, like times 4? Ah, it's times 2. It's just me. Yeah, right there while Jack watched like a fucking creep, but it worked.
OMG, Carcat. It is like your shitty shipping grid is coming true before our very eyes. Remember when you made that ugly thing?
Already pretty attached. Yeah. Who gives a fuck about shipping or my ludicrous stranglehold over all topics concerning romance? I'm still talking. He woke up alive on Durst and met with Rose. That was the end of the line for Alpha Dave, to my knowledge. He doesn't time travel after that, and he and Rose stay on Durst waiting for the bomb until you start the scratch. But I can't see either of them because of the blackout, lingering around Rose for whatever reason. Nobody knows what's up with that. Regardless, his job is to plot a course through the ring to find the sun. When he does, either he or Rose will deliver the bomb. I don't know which. Now leave and never darken my door again.
But now they don't have dream selves left. Whoever goes will be risking their life for good, won't they?
That would be the logical extension of those facts, yes.
This is unacceptable. Couldn't I do it? I'm apparently immortal because of this god tier business, as the bomb probably would not. So the bomb probably wouldn't kill me.
Remember why I left Carcat's with share. Carcat's outrage, outburst the greatest. How you doing, Sleepy? Glad you could join us. By the by. Okay, but don't you think there's a remote possibility that going on a suicide mission to save all of reality would count as a heroic death?
Maybe I could try to be not all that brave while I do it?
You asshole, of course you'd be brave. That tends to be what happens when you do something really fucking courageous.
Yeah, I just don't want to lose anybody else is all.
That's just how it is. I've lost friends for way more pointless reasons. You're all out of options here. You'd be risking death just as much as they would, and they're better qualified to handle the mission as the Durst Dreamers. Jade's dream self is dead too, so she's out. Or to be more specific, her dream self is an overly emotional dog who went off whimpering somewhere. I'm pretty sure she'll be completely useless.
Oh, yeah. She mentioned something about that. She said she prototyped her dream self? What happened with that?
She doesn't like to talk about it. Kind of a sore subject.
Why?
She thinks she's selfish and completely hysterical, and I guess hates the part of herself she represents. But I mean, the thing is she spent a lot of time being dead and moving on. It's not like you can just bring somebody back and expect them to give a shit about all the stuff you think is important. I've tried to tell her that her sprite self is probably nowhere near as despicable as she's making out with herself to be. I mean, making herself out to be. You know what I mean. Look, I'm just saying, we've all got flaws, even her. And for all this shit she's giving me on this very subject, she keeps herself dangling it from a very high hook. She'd be doing me a major personal solid by making at least some attempt to get herself off. Wait, fuck. What did I just say?
Wow.
I mean, let herself off. The hook, the fucking hook, it's a figure of goddamn speech.
Raises eyebrows.
Put those back down before my hot acid rage breath burns off your idiotic face.
Okay, I'm putting them back down as not suggestively as possible.
What were we even talking about? It wasn't this, whatever this is.
What is what this is?
It's nothing, you shit. It has been the conversational equivalent of us whistling through our snort barrels while touching each other inappropriately.
Was that another weird erotic slip of the tongue?
No, that was me being worked up into a ridiculous fucking conniption and saying something inflammatory. God! How does that not be clear by now?
Okay, well, what I am getting from this, aside from the possibility that Jade may or may not have kissed Dogshit at some point, is that neither of them will be able to help with the bomb plan.
That's exactly right. The pajama prodigy used his puzzle sponge today. Besides, I'm going to use puzzle sponge in my everyday speech now. Besides, Jade is responsible for other important parts of the plan. For one thing, you'll have to wait for her to send you the code for the quills. You can't scratch the mesa without them. She got them from her denizen, or will later on her timeline, now that she lit the forge and woke the monster up.
Aren't those the really tough to kill guys?
Yeah.
Did she kill him?
Hell if I know. Her explanation of the entire encounter boils down to, and I quote, shenanigans. Limed for infuriatingly vague. Anyway, after she gives that to you, she then has to go through with the rest of the plan, which is making sure you all survive after the scratch, minus one of the Durst Dreamers, of course. The plan revolves around some really baffling hand-wavy mumbo-jumbo, which I don't really understand, but she told me to trust her about it because the info comes from a reliable informant, whitened for smug tool. It involves something to do with a yellow lawn ring, which isn't the human word for it. It's just your word. It's so dumb, I feel dumb saying it.
Word for what?
For instance, as Dave and Max is fair. I guess your entire escape plan somehow pivots critically around an unwatched piece of residential property. It doesn't matter what it means. Jade says she has this figured out, and I don't have time to do much but trust her. The point is, she's all booked up and all too mortal, so she won't be delivering the bomb, and neither will you.
Okay, well, what about this? Since she is mortal and I am not, sort of, and I don't need to do the scratch for a while, can I go help her? Maybe she could use some protection? Maybe that is what Dave was just trying to do when he temporarily died. Remember, Jack is still in the loose. He has killed Rose and Dave once and me twice.
No. Sweet bleeding Gigas, Egbert. You keep bragging about your immortality and then brainlessly announce plans to go off and do something heroic. You're going to have the shortest lifespan of any immortal in history.
Sorry.
Besides, you're a total non-issue. Jack wouldn't hesitate to stab you again, but he won't hurt Jade for some reason. If anything, you could use her protection.
Really?
I never noticed when looking through her timeline earlier. It wasn't until I was talking to her in those time frames and she told me. He just keeps following her around. I can see him off in the distance in some frames, just lurking there, shadowing her movements. It's incredibly disturbing. He lingers around her until the scratch begins and I lose the feed, never once doing anything threatening. She says she thinks it's because Jack inherited loyalty of her Lucis. If she's right, I guess her Lucis really did offer her the most protection possible by prototyping itself, albeit by dooming us all. Idiot.
Aw, that's actually kind of cute.
Sadly, he holds no such loyalty to any of us here. He regards us all as ripe for the repeated skewering. Oh fuck, maybe we should have all just dressed like Jade? I can't believe this stroke of genius only occurred to me now.
I don't think you'd be fooled. Dogs have pretty good senses of smell.
It was a motherfucking joke. Will you look at this mess? Carcat just keeps fucking going. Anyway, it doesn't matter anymore. If we can ride this out for a little longer until the critical moment and Dave/Rose can destroy the sun, Jack shouldn't be a threat. Conveniently, if they're successful, that will signal the beginning of our own escape plan.
What is your plan?
Apparently, the explosion will be so huge, will be visible at great distances throughout the furthest ring, even from different sessions, like yours and ours. You won't get to see it because by then your session should be wiped out by the scratch, but we will. The plan is to use it as a beacon and travel there as a rendezvous point.
Rendezvous with who?
We've got people there, and that's what Jade tells me.
Jade knows so many things lately. What is even her deal?
Hell if I know. This is basically dream intelligence. Every time she goes to sleep, she has more to ramble about. She says I should go to sleep to find out, but I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to be napping between making all these plans and getting persecuted by this demented honking asshole? So yeah, we'll meet in the aftermath of the explosion with our people on the inside, and I guess I should say outside. I don't think they can come with us, though.
Come with you where? Who are they?
Dead people. As for where, it's not like we're going to stick around there forever. That would probably be depressing, since we're not fucking ghosts. The scratch will reboot your session, your whole universe, actually. So somewhere in this dreadful abyss, that new session will start up in its own incyposphere from scratch. Look at that, another pun because of using that fucking word every other sentence. Kill me now. But that from scratch effing LOL session is what you're shooting for to survive. The idea is for you all to preserve yourselves by escaping there.
Through the lawn ring?
Yes. Once you're there, you will help us find our way there too. And then we can all finally figure out what the fuck to do with the rest of our lives.
Oh, so then this is how we're supposed to meet. That's kind of exciting.
Yeah, I guess. If enough of us are alive by then to meet.
So I guess you're not worried about it turning into a huge sloppy makeout fest anymore? Right. John, you and Vriska better keep your hands to yourselves, or everyone's going to be really uncomfortable. No interspecies funny business. Is that clear? Blarg, I am convincingly flipping my lid about this, waving my arms around a lot, and making all my best yelling faces. Wow, look at that. It's time to change the subject again. Huh? Poof! Subject changed. If it works and you wind up in the new session, that's why it'll be important to make sure one of the Dirt Streamers stays with you, so they can help guide us there from the ring. Won't there be other players in the new session? Like, alternate universe versions of ourselves or such? Probably, but those chumps won't know anything about us, or all our plans. Why would they? Yeah, it's just kind of a weird thought. So out of everything we just talked about, this is the thing that has you tripping globes? Whatever you say. But I guess it's sort of comforting, too. If Rose or Dave have to go off and die, at least I get to see them again, in a way. Even if it'll only be alternate universe John to them. Maybe my dad will be alive in that session, too. Okay, maybe, but before you get too excited about that, you've got to make sure you get there first, which means you have to do what I say and stick to the plan. You need to focus on getting ready to start this scratch. The game doesn't make a hard reset that easy to pull off. Once you initiate it, the game throws everything it's got at you, which is one reason why you're the best guy for the job, because of your superpowers and silly windy bullshit. Okay, I'll do my best. What should I do right now? Get prepared. Make all the equipment you think you'll need. Stay out of trouble. Wait for Jade to send that code. Wait for me to contact you for the first time, and do your best to humor him while he ignorantly attempts to flame you back into the puddle of slime you crawled out of. Please. Oh man, our first conversation ever? I can't wait. Yeah, but can I just say something in my defense before that happens? I don't actually hate you, and I never did. I was deluding myself. Deep down, I'm sure I was always pretty okay with you. Thanks, Carcat. It wasn't a fucking compliment. The scrapbook is now in hopeless disarray. Because of Skaya and the gods of the first ring would know that other players would show up. Fair. Feel free to examine the clippings while I tidy. Click the panels. Oh, boy. Jaspers, I guess I should say farewell to you now.
Oh, boy. I don't remember what Jasper sounds like.
Why, Nepeta? Because this is the end of your timeline, and I don't know what cat puns to you after this. I mean, happens to you after this. That one was kind of obtuse, sorry. What's a timeline? That's a hard question. Okay, imagine a long, tempting strand of yarn. Yes! Oh, yes, so great. Now imagine instead of being made of wiggly, enticing stuff, it's made of what lets you exist. And you're right at the twitching tip of it. Don't you see? Look at the sky. Yeah, yes, I see the sky, and I can tell that indeed something is going on. But aside from that, I don't really understand what you said being a cat and all. That's fine. You don't have to try too hard. All you have to know is it's a scratch, and I'm not 100% sure what happens next for you.
Oh, look at it happen. Look at it happening.
I still think it's nice how you slip cat things in the things you say. You're so clever and wonderful, Nepeta.
Oh, that's interesting. How you doing, Rice? That's weird that they didn't work in the Polish version. Interesting.
What's the scratch? Well, you know Rose's friend John? Yes, of course. Imagine that he is using this great big circle, like a really fun scratching post, and it makes all this light come out that changes everything. Just after he starts doing that, the sky goes funny everywhere, and then I can't see you anymore. Yes, that's what it is. I think I understand that completely. I'm a bit nervous for you, especially since you remind me so much of someone I already lost. But maybe you'll be okay? I don't know. I'm not worried, Nepeta, so you shouldn't either. It's not as if I have never died before. You are a brave kitty, just like Pounce was. Pounce was a cat like me? Yes, she was amazing, and I bet you and she would have gotten along famously. Oh, I bet you're right. Was she nice to sniff? Yeah, she smelled really good. And also she was super beautiful. Beautiful. Wow! Did you ever have someone nice back on Earth who you loved? Rose! I loved Rose. Of course you did. I mean a nice cat who was your mate spirit. There was a time I remember I was thinking about girl cats a lot for some reason. I would saunter around the house making all these big meows and looking out the windows with my nose touching the glass. But then Rose's mom took me to this place where I was scared to be for a while, and then I was at home again and I didn't do the meows anymore. I guess I didn't think about the girl cats after that, which is just as well because none ever came to the windows really, not even when I did my biggest meows. That's too bad. But I bet lots of girl cats would have loved to be with you, if only there had been some around to hear your lovely meows. You're really nice to say so, Nepeta. What about you, though? Me? Yes. Well, I've never told anybody this, not even my Moirail. Actually, he's the last guy I might tell. He so wouldn't approve. But yes, I have liked somebody for quite some time, but alas, he doesn't know it. What don't you tell him? Maybe you could win his affection by rubbing your chick against him. That's what I would do. Oh, no. I'm too shy even for that. And he is so adorably grumpy all the time, it probably wouldn't go over well. It's hard to explain. Maybe cats think differently. But trolls tend to be pretty cautious about expressing their feelings when it comes to the flushed quadrant. What's a quadrant? It's, okay, it has romantic applications, but it's also something more general than that. A quadrant is, how do I say this? A quadrant is a thing in a group of things that consists of 4 similar things. Like paws? Exactly like paws. I see, that's really easy to get. I think you should tell him that you like him. You might not get the chance if you don't. Oof. For instance, I think instead of meowing at windows, I should have just scurried out a door before it could close. Then I might have found a girl cat to sniff, oh well. I know, but it's just not that simple. I can make someone else jealous, I think. And what if he doesn't feel the same way? And, it's so complicated. Maybe I just need to let go of the silly infatuation. I think it's never going to happen, honestly. You shouldn't lose hope. I have another story that might give you hope, even though it should be noted again that I'm only a cat. Oh? Yes, one time I was with Rose, and I was sitting there dressed up in my suit with her, as happy as could be. But then she disappeared. The whole place disappeared, and I was in another place. There was no Rose. There was someone else. I guess I loved her too in the time, but never as much as Rose. It just wasn't the same. I kept waiting to see Rose again, but never did, and finally I lost hope that I would, and then I died. But then I became alive again, and I got to see her, and I was so happy. That's my story, and that's why I think there's always hope, even if you die. So, you're saying that maybe I'll have to die to get to be with him? Yes, maybe. I hope that's not the case. But I guess you just have a different way of looking at things. Thank you for the advice, Jaspers.
Feel free to examine the clippings. Boy. Ship Carpeta. She deserves better. I think I shipped Carpeta briefly way back in the day. I don't remember exactly, though. Alright. I guess go across the top here. There she be. There's the emotional wreck.
Dave?
Hey. Ugh. Feel free to examine the clipping. Ugh, man. That's rough. Alright, what's happening up in here? They really deserve good things? They really did. Turned to God, I began pestering tentacle therapist. Here's one for you. It's a whopper. Are you ready? For what? This huge fucking whopper I'm about to just say. You mean a canard behemothic embellishment? What? Or was your resolve finally dismantled by the siren song of all that flame-broiled beef? No, okay. First, do you even have Burger Kings out in the fucking woods? Why do you reference things that obviously aren't in the woods, like terrible burgers? I'll limit my establishments of reference. There's a bug. Excuse me. It needs to die. You made a mistake, motherfucker. Oh, all right. I think it's dead. Where was I? I'll limit my embellishments of reference to lumber mills and sugary shanties from now on. Also, there's a Burger King less than 40 minutes from my house. I won't let this stand in the way of the new policy, though. There is? Okay, whatever. I'm talking about a dream I just had. I mean, it was a doozy, like, psychologically speaking. Doozy's a slightly dumber word than whopper. Certainly less delicious. It was absurdly heavy-handed. My subconscious was really slathering it on. Like, whatever tangy sludge the king himself squirts on his bargain patties. It's probably I dreamt it, ironically. I don't know. I figured you'd be interested in hearing about it. It's every bit as thick and juicy as a half pound of sizzling grade A premium. Okay, this is stupid. We've got to get burgers out of this conversation. Are you busy? Yes. Cool. Listen to this. Are you busy? Yes. Cool. I don't care. I thought you didn't want me to analyze your dreams anymore. No, but this one is too good not to put under the microscope with your whole precocious psychotherapy shtick. It's almost laughably symbolic of all my mental problems, assuming I actually have those. It's grotesquely pregnant with meaning. All gestated in at least 8 gooey octuplets thrashing around in an undulating belly full of mind slime. Maybe we can start by evaluating that troubling metaphor. No, look, I just want your professional take on how many things in my dreams symbolize dicks. We've already established that all of your dreams are packed with enough homoerotic symbolism to lift Freudian theory from the ashes of discreditation. Yeah, that's a given, but I didn't even dream about puppets this time. Are you serious? I'm clearing my schedule. This is a major breakthrough. I know. It was much more relaxing and enjoyable. It was about me dying repeatedly. Fuck! I love the great siblings. Go on. I was in this dark place, surrounded by this big flock of crows. God, this is so generically morbid. I'm sorry in advance for exposing you to my unconscious mind's stupid cliches. It's okay. They wouldn't be cliches if they didn't comprise the unanimously understood bedrock of phallic symbolism, with no other viable interpretation. Well, obviously, I knew the birds were just black screaming sky dongs. Just hear me out. I kept dying. There kept being these traps, like I would go one way and get my head chopped off, or go another way and get stabbed or whatever. And every time I died, the dream reset itself, and I was standing there alive and ready to try to escape again. But each time I would be watching myself from the vantage point of a different crow. Like, I was the crow all squawking around in circles like a macabre flapping douche. And I would always watch myself try to do something different to dodge the trap, but I always ended up dead. Well, if I've learned anything about from my extensive skimming over the Wikipedia articles on dream analysis, it's that this dream is very unlikely to have any literal significance whatsoever. It's probably not about dying at all. You mean maybe it's about anxiety or maintaining my blogs, or that my beats might not be ill enough? Yes, in fact. If you were on my couch, that would have been my next question, as a licensed professional. Mr. Strider, have you considered that what you actually dread is to have your urban rhythms exposed for what they truly are, which is, clinically speaking, just shy of da bomb? And then we crack up laughing because we both know they're fresher than your mom's change of drawers and tighter than when she's wearing them. Listening to you conjure imagery of my mother in her underpants is definitely keeping us buoyed high above this swirling Freudian hellhole. Well done. Please, it's not like she's my mom. I can visualize her choice ass all I want without it getting much more moderately uncomfortable for everyone involved. What if you're wrong? About what? Her not being your mother. Don't worry, you're probably safe. Luckily, I can think of no literary or historical precedent for that sort of folly whatsoever. This isn't the first time you've insinuated we're related. What is up with that? Isn't it? No, I mean, I'm not sure. I feel like you've brought it up before, which is kind of weird, but now I don't know. I think we're getting this weird deja vu thing where I was sure we talked about this. Forget it. Why don't you tell me more about your dream? Okay. So I kept dying. I kept being crows and stuff. And then I started to notice something coming from the sky. It was this faint, eerie singing, and I look up and there's nothing there, just darkness. That's interesting. I've read about this. What did you read? Certain texts say singing from the unknowable void carries a message that its recipient has been selected for a mission of supreme cosmic importance that will result in your death and that of billions more, but one that is essential to the perpetuation of existence itself. What the fuck sort of crackpot psychology text would say something like that? It's not from a psychology text. So then you're consulting astrology books now. Not astrology, more like zoology. Oh my fucking god, will you put that away? Okay, keep describing the dream though. If the rest of it is incompatible with prognoses of the zoologically dubious, I will withdraw my insinuation. There's not even much more to it. I looked up into the sky, didn't see anyone singing, but even though the sky was black, I could see the sun. It was bright as hell, even through my shades, so I flapped my wings and flew up away to it like a fucking piece of garbage, and that's it. This doesn't strike you as an impulse of self-destruction? No, not in the same sense that it was a dark sacrificial zoology mission. It was more like somewhere to go besides watching myself dial off from the vantage of a feathery murder of dumb shitty birds. So, if hypothetically you were to accept such a mission, or even insist upon one, it wouldn't be in the spirit of genuine sacrifice, but of escape? What the fuck are you talking about? Okay, something's wrong. This whole conversation has fallen apart. This isn't how it originally went at all. Oh, we were making good progress, too. Why did you have to go and remember? 7 months ago. Does this mean I'm dead? Dream bubble being the seer of light? I don't remember. What do you think? Stop it. This is so sick, you using the dream bubble bullshit to pick apart my psyche. Am I dead or asleep? If you're starting to remember, you should be able to tell me. God damn it. Maybe I'm just as confused as you about it? Yeah, right. Am I dead or asleep, Dave? I don't know. Try to remember. Boy, howdy. All right, I guess let's do this one. Arachnid's grip began trolling Ghosty Trickster. Hi, John Human.
Excuse me, alien time troll, but I'm trying to wrap a present. Really, you all have the worst timing. Yes, I can see that. 2 ugly garments and seeds for some kind of strange earth vegetable? Pretty lame present, John. Nope, I'm not going to ask how you know my name or what I'm sending. Don't care. And one of those these ugly garments is for me. Also, it's not ugly, it's awesome. Not as awesome as something you will be wearing later, thanks to me. Uh-oh, my mouse is hovering dangerously close to the block button. It always does that when I talk to trolls. It is the dangest thing. Calm down. I just thought I would foreshadow my existence to you at this quaint moment on your timeline. It is way too tempting not to let you know I have taken great care to become a very important feature of your life. Or for that matter, to let you know that I will be giving you a present so much better than the useless crap you're shoving in that box. I'll be giving you the gift of immortality. Oh, sweet, that has been on my wish list, ranking just below a mint-condition Little Monsters poster, starring Hollywood superstar Howie Mandel. And I can expect it to arrive on my next birthday? Yes, as a matter of fact, nice guess. It will come at a cost, though. The Mandel poster or immortality? The latter, jackass. In order for you to claim it, you'll have to be quite gullible and allow me to arrange your murder. I see. Here's where all the sick trolling begins. You can keep your present, I am not interested. But you will be. You will happily go along with everything I tell you to do. And then, once I have completely earned your trust, I will kill you, John. Sigh. The other troll I just talked to was way better, if a tad grumpy. At least she was down with talking about cool movies, sort of. But this is all true. I've seen it already. You have no idea how delicious the dramatic irony is right now. You will die. I will lead you into a trap and watch you bleed to death on a big stone slab with a sword stuck in your chest. There is nothing you can do about it. In fact, it has already happened. That's nice. Now scram, troll. I'll leave you alone soon enough. I was just feeling pretty pleased with myself about all the brilliant plans I made for you and your friends. Stopping by in your past and mess with your head is really just a courtesy, because I like to think we're pretty good friends by the time I get around to killing you. Okay, you got me. My feathers are all ruffled, and I can no longer tell my ass apart from a big orange earth vegetable. Now, can you leave me alone? I guess so, but my inevitable grisly murder of you notwithstanding, you're a pretty fun guy to hassle. It'll be difficult sparing you from the privilege of my company until your game begins. That is basically the worst pickup line I have ever heard. Please, John, is any conceivable sequence of events which could lead me to consider you as a viable romantic partner in any quadrant, even the pale ones. Blurp, derp, blah. More plausible alien-sounding things. Weren't you leaving? Yes. Okay, then. I mean, I was going to, but now I guess I'm not. Oh. Why? Because this isn't really happening. It isn't? It did once, but now it's just a memory. I guess I must be dead. Oof. Okay. Is this conversation over now? Can I keep packing my present? The conversation as it went before is already over. I said goodbye and you blocked me, don't you remember? Well, I was going to block you, but then I didn't for some reason. Exactly, because we've already been through this. You're either asleep or dead like me. Man, I can't believe I let her trick me like that. Such an amateur mistake. I guess I'm feeling something like deja vu. Maybe. I still don't think I believe you, though. Hey, do you have any recollection at all of the last message I sent you before I died? I don't even know who you are. Yeah, I figured. Just as well. I made some pretty embarrassing confessions to you. I guess I'm getting what I asked for in a way, even though it's not what I pictured. What did you ask for? I asked if you wanted to, hang out. Was this after you killed me and gave me immortality? Yes? Or yes? So what do you say? Or what do you think you might have said? About what? You mean hanging out? Yeah. Oh god, this is so ridiculous. You're just a crazy troll on the internet, and I need to get back to packing up this present for my friend. We're not going to hang out, I'm sorry. John, there is no present. You're not in your hive, and you don't have anything to send. So you received it a long time ago. None of this matters anymore. If you don't believe me, you're free to look out your window. What will that accomplish? It might help you remember. And you'll be able to see me, if you want.
Hey, look, there she is. Oh. One more. Look at him go. Pick. Furious. Oblivious. Chase, chase, chase. Secret ambush. Has the wallet. All right. Mad Liv Tyler. I guess that's it. Try to make sense of this mess yourself. I think there's more. Oof.
So, it seems that you are, in fact, an alien, with horns and everything. Huh. Yes, John, horns and all. That totally proves I am an alien beyond a shadow of a doubt. Now, what do you make of these blank white eyes of mine? What do you think that could mean? I don't know. Aliens usually have big, spooky eyes, don't they? Humans have literally the dumbest extraterrestrial lore. Weren't those supposed to be aliens on one of your posters? You mean macking me? Yeah, even I can admit that movie was indefensible. Well, if you want to know, normally we have bright orange eyes with gray irises. They fill with our blood pigment as we get older. Also, normally I have this one goofy eye with 7 pupils because I'm kind of a weirdo. But I guess that's gone now that I'm dead. Now that you believe me because you just refuse to remember, not that you believe me because you refuse to remember anything. I can accept that you are an alien, but come on, meeting an alien who is also a ghost in my front yard is a bit much to believe. It is also too awesome. Don't you remember anything about the game at all then? The destruction of your planet, bringing your ancestor back to life as a clown woman, putting a huge flaming ocean out with your magical wind, Jack Noir, dying, resurrecting, and possibly dying again? Is any of this tickling your sponge? Nope. Sounds cool though. Fuck, I cannot believe how cold it is on this planet. How can any species possibly be able to survive somewhere like this? Yeah, I thought you looked pretty cold out here, so I brought you this jacket.
Oh, this is bizarrely way sadder than it should be.
Oh, okay. Hey, your clothes switched it suddenly. Was that some kind of alien warpifying technology? Such as a warp-drobe, if you will? Sure, John, let's just say that's what it was. You look pretty cool in more normal clothes. Not that your space boots and pixie outfit weren't neat. Thanks. So is this how humans begin an Earth date? With simple acts of flattery and kindness? I don't know about that really. It just seemed like the nice thing to do. Is this a date? No, I've decided this definitely will not be a date. Not until you remember something at least. Okay, that's probably for the best. I would probably be pretty nervous on a date with a normal girl, let alone on a date with an alien space ghost. Now that you mention it, me too, probably. Your goofy awkwardness is a bit contagious, frankly. So now what do we do? Well, since I'm presuming you are new to the planet, I can show you around the place. This is my green slime ghost pogo ride and your awful text in all its glory. In my childhood, it was hours of fun and hundreds of painful injuries. Hey, this thing isn't slimy at all. What the hell? Nope. I've noticed humans don't seem to keep any slime around the hive, and yet you are strangely cavalier about your open display of certain receptacles. What's the deal with that? Is it how you're just that ashamed? Is it you're just that ashamed of your secretions as a species? Not really. Humans just don't really have much use for slime, I guess. Honestly, I don't think of a single practical use for slime other than to be gross. So bizarre. Anyway, this thing is kind of a death trap, and I haven't ridden it for years. I think my dad had it installed as one of his ridiculous ways of making a man out of me. Sure, my custodian had her ways of making me tougher, too. Yeah, parents, right? Anyway, that's my backyard. Pretty damn boring, sorry. I would show you inside, but I don't think my dad would take too kindly to bring an alien inside. Or just yet, I would need to brace him for it. That's fine. What else can you show me? I can show you around my neighborhood if you want. Sounds great.
Oh, man.
These are my neighbors who live in a lot of same-looking houses as mine. I never see them. I think they're all really busy people with a lot of serious business to attend to. Hey, look, the snow has melted over here. It's really warm suddenly. Weird. Does your planet usually have these kinds of temperature swings? No, this is pretty usual December weather. Guess I'll take my coat off. I can take yours back if you want. No thanks. I think I'll keep it on.
Oh man, then it goes into his land.
There's not really much to see in this town, but there are these lakes. This lake here did not used to be a lake. A long time ago, before I was born, there was a factory here. My dad said there was a huge explosion. He was walking by with my Nana when he saw it. Then a little later, my Nana died. My dad never told me how, except that it involved a big joke book. I never knew her, which is too bad. She sounded nice. I know what happened. I saw it. You did? Yes. Do you want to know? It might jostle your memory. Okay. I believe this lake is where Jade landed. You landed a little ways over there, about where your hive is now. You clobbered your Nana to death with the aforementioned joke book, but it wasn't your fault. You were both just little wigglers, riding meteors from the future. You created yourself, your Nana, Jade, her grandpa, not to mention Dave and Rose and their guardians, all in a lab using paradox slime, and sent them back in time as the silly grubs with arms and legs you call babies. And here you were doubting the usefulness of slime. Wow, really? Yes, absolutely. I paid close attention to all this because I thought it might give me some clues about us and our ancestors, who were made the same way. Any of this familiar? That all sounds incredible if true. Big if true. But I don't have even the foggiest memory of that happening. Yeah, I figured as much. Since you seem bent on staying in your dream bubble, Coma, why don't I continue the tour? The tour of Earth? Sort of. What's happening? We're going on an adventure. Where? Through your memories. Through mine, too. This would be a really fun thing to do on a date, I think. If we actually were on a date, which we're not. How is this happening? Is this through the advanced alien technologies? Like holograms or teleportations? If that's what you want to think to keep you comfy in your stupor, sure. Where are we? This is my home planet before it was destroyed. It's called Alternia. Oh, cool. And what's that over there? That is my hive, which is a thing that you refer to as a house. It's where I grew up. It's a castle! No shit. It is big and foreboding and ostentatious, just the way I wanted it. As a blue blood, I was entitled to build such a home. Something to set me far apart from the commoners. You built it? Of course not. Robots built it for me when I was very young. But I was allowed to dictate instructions. Expected to, in fact. Oh gosh, so rad. Really? I also find it interesting that what sort of mundane facts humans tend to be impressed by. Anyway, my design kind of got boring as I got older. A huge castle hive sounds great, but it starts feeling pretty cavernous and lonely after a while. There's so many blocks I never even used. Your tastes change, but you get stuck with growing up at a place suited to your earliest, most juvenile inclinations. Nobody tells you that when you're a kid, though. I think I know what you mean. I feel like a long time ago, I might have given my dad the impression I really like clowns, and now there are clowns everywhere. His stupid collections just keep growing and growing, and it drives me crazy. John, that barely comparable example is so cute, and I don't even know what to say. Oof. This was my custodian. She was hurt in an accident. I had to kill her myself to put her out of her misery. Holy shit, look at these glittering space riches. Yeah, I was really into treasure hunting for a while. What's with the broken 8-balls? Never mind those. This was my respite block. From kind of an embarrassing memory, actually. More 8-balls. You sure do like to smash them. John, addiction is a powerful thing. You probably wouldn't understand. What are you wearing? Just a fairy dress. I wore it for the stupid thing I did once. Is that a rocket car stuck in the web over there? What's that about? Don't worry about it. Man, this would be such an awkward moment on a date. Again, if it was one. There's something really familiar about that rocket. Let's keep going. Oh, boy, howdy. What's happening? Are we back on Earth? You tell me. It's my house again. Why are we here? I was having fun seeing your planet. I don't know, John. They're your memories. Boy, these two just fucking go, don't they? This is my dad's room, but I've never been inside of it, so why do I recognize it? Shrug. I think there were some birthday presents for me in here, but I can't recall which birthday that was. It was your 13th, but I'm 12. Oh yeah, I remember this. There were these imps all over my house, acting all rambunctious, but why? It's all so hazy. Where's my dad? Sounds like some things are coming back to you. Any chance you remember me yet? No, sorry. Oh. That's the mashing of being in the media. Oh, that's so cool. Hey, look, that's my dad. What's he doing here? I missed the heck out of him. Though I'm not sure why. He should be safe at home right now. I guess I must have lost track of him, but I don't remember how. All I know is I have this feeling like I should run over and give him a hug. Well, just so you know, he's probably not actually there. Kind of like how my Lucis was just a memory. Are you a psychic alien, like the one who Jodie Foster met in Contact and assumed the form of her dead father to talk to him? Her? As a matter of fact, yes, I am a psychic alien, but that has nothing to do with this. These are our memories, and we are in the afterlife. I keep trying to tell you, and it's starting to get frustrating. I see. So it is not me who is Jodie Foster. It's more like you are Jodie, because nobody believed her when she came home and had amazing tales to tell, except Matthew McConaughey. Ah! But it's okay. I'll be your Matt McConaughey. Does that mean you'll believe me now? I guess I always did, sort of. I think I've been in denial about what's happening here. It's nice that you believe me, but that doesn't mean you remember yet. So if this isn't my dad, then where is he? He died too. You saw his body. Don't you at least remember that? No, not at all. I'm remembering a bunch of things, but not that. Then what? Do you remember me yet? No.
I remember when you contacted me and said you'd kill me a little earlier, but that was months ago. I do remember talking to some other trolls like you and playing this game, and it was on my 13th birthday. I was really looking forward to playing it, but it was late in the mail. I got some presents from my dad, like this big weird clown doll that I didn't like much, and some fruit gushers. Oh yeah, I also realized gushers were made by Betty Crocker. That freaked me the fuck out. Did you realize Betty Crocker makes gushers? This comes as news to me. Well, she does. Her villainy knows no bounds. Oh, he also gave me the suit, which I remember wearing for a while, but it didn't look quite like this. It had a black tie and no ghost, so I improved it. Actually, I remember dying in this suit. You do? But this is not the suit I was wearing when I died. This was. Phew. That was a fucking long one. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh, Nana. Oh, Nana. Oh, Nana.
Are you okay?
Been better.
What happened to you?
What happened to you? Sweet catch.
I died in my dream and came back as a dog.
Oh, I turned into a bird and got in a fight.
What is that?
What, this thing?
Yes.
Legendary sword?
How did you get it?
Long story. Shenanigans, mostly.
Yes, I figured shenanigans were probably involved. Can you be more specific?
Well, basically I'm from another timeline. We couldn't win the game there, so I came back to help Dave.
Dave?
Dave from this timeline. As a sprite, I'm supposed to help him with his quest.
Oh, yeah. I'm supposed to help Jade, too, but...
She's doing all right. Don't worry about it.
Okay, I'll try. You were saying?
So things kind of become even more crazy in this timeline than the one I was from. And it was clear Dave was never going to do the quest. I didn't get the chance to finish. Not even after you brought the forge.
The forge?
Your volcano.
Oh.
So, after laying low for a while, I just went and did whatever I could myself. Like a Coward Welch, the fucking Welsh sword Dave broke. Went to look for Hephaestus again, figuring there wasn't much hope in beating him this time either, especially being injured and all, but what the hell, right? But then, that's when you lit the forge somehow.
I did?
Well, no, not you, other Jade.
Yeah, she's a lot more brave than me, I think. She brought me back thinking I could help her, and all I did was disappoint her and everyone else. You came back as a sprite and you're managing to do important things. But I just feel so scared and helpless.
Sounds like you came back because Jade made the decision for you. I made the decision to come back myself. Maybe it'd be different if you had the same chance.
I don't know if I would have if I had the chance, but I would like to not feel so useless to everybody.
I think everyone's on top of this. There's not much for us to do anymore.
What about your sword? Isn't it important?
I guess so, but not really for me, since I'm not the real Dave anymore.
I'm still not sure how you got it. What does that have to do with my volcano?
That's a bit complicated. See, it turns out I had no idea how the denizens worked at all. All right, Rose and Dave. I remember waking up here after getting shot. Yes, what else? Then the cage bunny came. He gave us the bomb. Where'd he go anyway? She's around. The bunny's a she? Her name is Liv Tyler. Dumb. Take it up with John. What else? We were talking about who should go. Do you remember what we decided? No. Wait. Wasn't I going to go? Is that what happened? Did I go and now I'm dead? Not quite. What's not quite? That I didn't go or that I'm not dead? Do you remember anything else? No. What about why you went to fight Jack? Sure, I did that because I wanted to, and because I was supposed to. Are you sure? Yeah, I saw my future self fighting him, so obviously that had to happen, or else I'd be dead anyway, without even getting the satisfaction of standing up to him. So was your decision a result of desire or obligation? Hard to explain, with all the time shit going on. I don't try to understand your light shit, do I? I don't know much about the light shit, to be honest. I may have missed my chance to figure it out. Haven't we had this conversation already? Mostly. I'm doing what I can to jog your memory. It's jogging, I guess. Its man boobs are jiggling a little. Nice. So what about Jade? What? You didn't tell her your expedition with her would result in your death, let alone one she'd inadvertently cause, or that she'd be stuck with the job of resuscitating you, did you? What am I really supposed to say? What am I really supposed to say? Hey, we're gonna hunt frogs till you shoot me through Jack, then I die and you've got to make out with me? That kind of changes how the whole thing goes, doesn't it? Not if you're supposed to, right? What does that even mean? I guess you're right. No reason to make an effort to empathize if doing so comes at the price of oblivion. What the fuck? It must be comforting to have your ASPD tacitly supported by prestidigitation. ASPD? Antisocial personality disorder. Oh no, this conversation just got bum rushed to a mudslide of fucking awful. It wasn't already awful, believing you might be dead? You know anything about what I was feeling or what happened on Lofaf? You were all pavement face and babbling your throw fester speak and flipping off the shit with your own crazy death wish thing. Why do you think you know what was going through my head? You're just assuming and throwing around psyche buzzwords like ASPD complex disorder. So it's a disorder, a complex, and then a disorder again, for good measure? In your case, probably. Sounds like a positively delirious state of existence. It's some delirious biz nasty, all right. Oh, snap? Yes, I'm authorized a goddamn you may swipe out at the door to check yourself into the burn ward. You mind losing the purse strings on an oh no he didn't? Nah, those are kept in emergency reserve for yo mama jokes from the 90s. Anyway, I'm telling you, if I said anything at all about it, she probably doesn't even fire a gun once, and all I'm doing is dragging her into a doomed timeline with me. I guess I'm learning to be impressed by your sense of obligation to inevitable misfortune. It's a strange case of inspiration through futility. None of this is that big a deal. I just mentioned the basics to her. That I stop time traveling soon, break out of the loops, not have to wonder all the time if I was taking a wrong, not having to wonder all the time if I was taking a wrong turn and dooming everybody. I was never that cool with this. With what exactly? You know how you turned out to be this incredibly shitty seer of light and basically failed at that in every way imaginable? Hey, well, maybe I never want to be a knight of time. Maybe I'd rather just be like the diva guy, just some dude. These really do not sound like the words of someone ready to face his own death. The kind you don't wake up from, I mean. I guess not. Guess I'm failing my quest then. So I'm like, now what, bitches? To nobody in particular, I guess. The unseen bitches callously conspiring to expect greatness from you? Yes, those exact bitches. If that's how you feel, then why did you insist on going on the mission to deliver the tumor? Black and white and for a giant yin-yang bomb. Thip. Oh yeah, I remember that now. Then I guess that's what happened. I delivered the bomb and now I must be dead. Are you sure? Is that wrong? Maybe you should try to answer the question. Why did you want to go? Because I made the map, so I know how to get there better. But it seems simple enough. A set of barracks to follow. See? The application pilots the moon. Change course when necessary. Anyone can do it, really. We talked about this. Debated, if you recall. Okay, if you remember it also clear, why are you grilling me on this shit? Will you just tell me what's going on? I'm just saying if you can remember, and if you're sticking to your story about why you should be the one to go. Well, I am, because I should. Or should have. Man, what the fuck is going on? Am I dead or are you dead, or what? You're almost there, really. Just try to remember a little more. What happened after we decided to go? Oh yeah. We were trying to figure out a way to detach the moon, so I could pilot it out there, fly into the sun. But the chain was huge. Couldn't think of how to break it. Then I don't know where the sword appears in the thing. So I'm thinking, obviously I have to break the sword somehow, because that's all I fucking do is break swords. But as I'm thinking of how to do it, I put my hand on it, and it just snaps off with this comical shattering noise, like I just fucked up some priceless shit in the Louvre. See, like that. Like I did again, just there with my hand, because of dream bubbles. Remember when that happened? Mm-hmm. Then I took it and sliced the chain, like this. Damn, it still cuts like it's plowing through a shaft of boneless zombie meat. Careful, I just managed to quell my appetite after all that burger talk. Whoops. Yeah. So then the moon started drifting away, and I was going to fly up and take it to the sun. And I said something to you. Or I was going to. Like say bye or something. But you were just standing there, not saying anything, holding that ball of yarn. And then, oh, God, that's right. Come on, knocking me out so that you can steal the suicide mission? God damn it, that is so trite. I really am sorry for that. It's like, here's how bad this is. We are basically Bruce Willis and Ben Affleck from John's shitty, crappy movie. You made this even more Armageddon than it already was, sealing me in the airlock so I can go home to Liv Tyler and have the most terrible babies with her. If it's any consolation, Liv Tyler came with me on the suicide mission. The bunny or the actress? Which would make you feel better? You know, knocking me out with that ball of fucking yarn, it's fucking what? If I could have chosen a method of sparing your life you might have found more awesome, I would. Is there an ironic way to do that? This probably comes close, but that doesn't make it not lame as hell. Does it matter if I took some personal satisfaction seeing you fall unconscious with the gentle glance of a soft cotton globe? It's cool you were so tickled by this. I hope it brought you a lot of rad laughs on your way to go fucking explode. So that's it. I'm actually lying here on Durst asleep, and you went out there and blew up the sun. And now you're dead, and I'm dream chilling with your smug ghost. Yes, to the first part. So you're not dead? Not yet. Then you're dreaming. What, you're taking a little nap on the moon to the middle of nowhere? Afraid not. I'm wide awake. All right, we'll do this last one, and then we'll call it a stream. As Liv Tyler stalks. CD. Pick again. Remove. Put back. Escape. Total success. Oh, wonderful. Another interruption. Bang, 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 bang. All right. We're going to call it there. Page 3936. Not quite to 4,000. Son of a bitch. Anyway, thanks for stopping by, everybody. If you're watching on the stream. And hanging out and listening to me as I go through this insanity. Oh, I'm so very tired. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you liked it, make sure you click the like button down below and subscribe so you can keep up with my stuff. And new videos every Monday and Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Mondays are my stream VODs. You can click the link in the description to go to my Twitch channel so you can find out times and whatnot. Yeah, comment. What was your favorite panel on all this? Because a lot of shit happened. Kind of. A lot of shit happened and not happened at the same time. Anyway, share with a friend. You have friends who wanted to get into Homestuck but never could because of the just sheer intimidation factor of it being 8,000 fucking pages long. Let them listen to my dulcet tones. I don't know. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. Have a good one, Lexi. Have a good weekend, Tressa. Bye, Sleepy. Everyone have a good one. Hope to see you next week. And if you're watching on YouTube, hope you have a good one. Later, everybody.